visionaries, a place for dreamers. Where you wanna be? Join in, connect with us. Join in, and you can see what's up. Join in, so connect with us. Join in.
It goes A-Spire, EM-Spire, DreamSpire, books for authors is on fire. A-Spire, the magazine for you. We got art and entertainment, celebrity news. M-Spire for entrepreneurs and motivators. It's demonstrated, see how they made it. DreamSpire TV is where you wanna be. Extraordinary people doing extraordinary things.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Mays, and I'm your host of the Authors Lounge. Don't you go anywhere because we will be right back after this advertisement. Hi, I'm Cheryl Mays, and I am your host of the Authors Lounge. And I am so excited whenever I get an opportunity to bring to you an author that will share their heart, their motivation, and their inspiration as to why they wrote this book and why they wanted to place it into your hands. And today I am joined by Keshonna Lewis, the author of A Woman's Strength. Hey,
Hello.
Keshonna.
Finally.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you. Hey, I am excited to have you on today. So tell us about you and tell us about how this book came about.
Well, my name is Keshonna Lewis. I'm a criminal justice major. I'm from Jennings, Louisiana. In 2014, I was diagnosed with bipolar schizoaffective disorder. And with bipolar schizoaffective disorder, it's kind of like schizophrenia and bipolar. Bipolar is mood swings, kind of like, and schizophrenia is kind of like hearing and seeing things that's not there. And I experienced this, so I know how it is, and personally it is to be bipolar. And a friend of mine inspired me to write this book. And that's how I got started with the project.
That is awesome. So your whole goal with this is to actually share others and give them the ability to know that there is help out there. There are resources out there, that you are actually living proof that you can live every day and have this illness. And so how do you do that? How do you live every day with this?
Okay, one of my coping skills is writing. Like, I'm able to write to where I don't actually have to put things down on paper. Like, I paint pictures in my head and I type it out, kind of like that. Mm-hmm. And that's one of my coping skills. Another coping skill is music. And they have pharmaceuticals as well that I take for managing this illness. And I have to take it every month and every day. But it's not much, but it's something to help, because schizophrenia can be cured. It can only be managed. But somehow I manage it and I juggle it all.
And you are doing an exceptional job, because you not only have one book, but you have now 2 published books.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, congratulations. So now you wanted this book to get into the hands of readers. And what was the message that you wanted them to have?
I wanted someone to read this book to kind of understand what it's like being bipolar. I wanted to raise awareness. And I want them to feel open-minded about the situation and not look at it from a closed perspective of someone who's bipolar. Just because someone's bipolar, they can still live their life at the same time. And I also wanted it to humble and touch the people who are going to read my book.
You know, you said something when we had a conversation, and you said the illness is not who you are.
Yes, ma'am. It doesn't define you at all. The illness is not who you are. Your personality and your character make you who you are.
So now for this book, which is available on Amazon.
Yes, ma'am.
So you can get this book available on Amazon. It is called A Woman's Strength, and it is by Keshonna Lewis. Now, Keshonna, you had one of the message that you shared with me was that lives are going to be changed and touched and motivated by you sharing this information. Because I would have to think that there are individuals that have a bipolar or schizophrenic illness, and they're trying to figure out how to cope with their families, how to cope with their everyday lives, and their jobs. And so what advice do you have for them?
Okay, mine would be to cope. Not everybody understands what it is. So what I would do is I would sit my family members down and pull up a definition and, talk to them about it to where they can understand it, so that way it can be managed, because some people look at you different if you have a mental illness. Mm-hmm. But if they actually know what it is, then they'll be more understanding.
And I think that's been huge. That's been huge for you, hasn't it? To share with people what the illness is so that they have more understanding and less fear.
Yes, ma'am. That's exactly what it is. I want them to have more awareness of what it's like. And also, I feel like if a person will not understand it unless they've been through it themselves, or if they know someone who has experienced it. I feel like you can't take a walk in another person's shoes.
Yeah. And so this book that you've written based on your experience with this illness, this had to be therapeutic for you to be able to put this out there and see it in print.
Yes, ma'am. I poured my heart out in that book. This book have like some of my darkest secrets, my life, everything. I just had to let it go. And I felt like after I let it go, it was no longer there anymore. It was like a weight lifted off my shoulders.
There you go. That is so interesting. Hey, we are going to come back. Now, guys, don't you go anywhere. I want you to come back after this commercial, and we're going to continue our conversation with Keshonna Lewis, the author of A Woman's Strength. Hey, before we left, we were talking with Keshonna Lewis, and she is the author of A Woman's Strength. And you were sharing with us your experiences with schizophrenia as well as bipolar, and how your whole goal for this book was to help people realize that you can manage it, you're not alone, and that you still have some triumphs, because you've written 2 books and you're in school and you're doing a lot of things that people probably think that they can't do because, to your point, they let their illnesses define them.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, so I have a couple of questions that you answered for us. What was the greatest piece of advice that you ever received as an author?
They have a local author. He's from Crowley, Louisiana, where it's kind of like 15 minutes away from Jennings, where I live. And he just told me keep writing. Writing is a gift. Like never give up on my goals and dreams. And I would have to say that's the best advice he gave me when he said that writing is a gift, because writing truly is a gift. Not everybody can write.
Yeah, that is very true. That is, and plus to put the time in, because it takes a lot of time to put your words to paper and then to have someone edit it for you, and then to, go through and do all of the other pieces thereafter, like getting the word out about the book and getting your story out. So thank you for coming on to the show. Another question that I have for you is, if you could have dinner with any author, who would it be?
Tyler Perry. I just so want to meet him one day.
And so what would be the one question that you would ask Tyler?
How do he come up with his ideas? Like, I'm so glued to the TV when I see his TV shows, his movies. Like, he's very creative.
This is true. Yes. And they just keep coming.
Yeah.
So you've had this illness since you were 1 year old.
Yes, ma'am.
And so is there anything that you want people to know about you that they might not know?
I'm very ambitious. To say that I have a mental illness, I'm very ambitious. Like, I never gave up on myself. Like, I didn't been through a lot of things, but one thing I never did was give up. Like, as long as you keep your faith in yourself and in God, you're going to go very far in life.
That is a great, great message. And you're absolutely right. Not giving up on yourself, because that's what gets you to the finish line. That's what gets you to that end goal. So that's a great, great message for you to share. And I have one additional question. We are so excited to have you on the show. Let me say that. Not only do we get to hear from her personal experiences, but she is also going to do a reading for us. So there is going to be an excerpt where she will actually share in her own words a reading from her book, A Woman's Strength. Again, which is available on Amazon. So you got to go to Amazon. You got to get the book. And then, Keshonna, talk to me about, there it is. There's the book. She's showing you what it looks like. So it is available on Amazon. And so talk to us about reviews, because I always talk about the importance of an author getting a review. And I know you recently put something on Facebook where you were literally asking people to review the book for you. So tell us about how you feel about getting a review from a reader.
Okay, I'm a new author, so like I accept criticism well, because I feel like I'm not where I need to be in writing. So I would accept criticism. Like, I feel like there's pointers, like, for more experienced people from that, that's been doing this for a long time. But to say that I'm a new author, I'm very talented and I have the skills that could take me to the next level. I have reviews from people on Amazon saying that my book is well written, to say that I'm a new author.
Very nice. And you know what it does, guys, is it allows an author to know what they need to do next, what they can add to their next book or their next piece of work. And it just helps to be able to understand what people think about your book. And did they receive the message? So it's always a great opportunity to get to hear back from individuals. Now, let me ask you one more question. So everybody has like this word for the year, and we have just had a year that has been so very fluid. It has made us, change our mindset. It's made us change our everyday activities. So what is it that you say to yourself that kind of keeps you grounded?
One thing that keeps me grounded is my faith. If I had one word to describe that keeps me grounded, it would be faith.
And I think that's what gets you through those periods when you were probably alone and trying to deal with what you're handling.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, Keshonna, thank you so much for being here with us today on the Author's Lounge. I am so excited to be able to share your story, your inspiration, and your motivation and your triumphs, because I think that you have a lot more writing to do. And I would be very, very excited to be able to hear more from you. So, guys, come back. You are going to hear from Keshonna Lewis, and she is going to read an excerpt from her book, A Woman's Strength. Before we do that, though, here's what I would like for you all to do. I would like for you to take your phone, hold it up to the screen right here where you see that QR code. You can have an Android, you can have an iPhone, whatever you are holding in your hand. Hold it up to that QR code, and that's going to allow you to go to our website, DreamSpireBooks.com. This will allow you to go to the website. This will allow you to see this interview, some of the other interviews that we've had on the Authors Lounge. It will allow you to go and see the books. We have more than 100 titles that are actually onto the site, and it will allow you access to the other magazines that are a part of DreamSpire's family. So go ahead and get over there, not until we come back, though. So, Keshonna, are you ready to do a reading for us?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
All right. Well, guys, I want you to go to DreamSpireBooks.com. You will have an opportunity to hear the reading from Keshonna Lewis on A Woman's Strength. We want to thank you for joining us today on this segment of the Authors Lounge. I am always so excited to be able to bring to you authors from all genres that will share their hearts, their stories, their inspiration. So definitely come back and join us. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Follow our website. Follow us on Facebook. Join the group. We would definitely love to have you. And have an amazing evening. I am so very thankful to you for being a part of us today. And definitely join us again, because you never know who you're going to meet on the Authors Lounge. My name is Cheryl Mays, and I am your host for the Authors Lounge.